Welcome to Craig's Gun Channel. I've gotten several questions on how to clean and care for firearms, so today I thought we could discuss some basics. In most of my videos where I show a teardown on a firearm, I usually mention that you should clean and apply a light coating of oil for lubrication and corrosion protection. This is because most working parts of firearms are made out of metals of some type or another. Metal, especially steel and steel alloys, are a good material for firearm construction. They're able to be cast and milled into shape and are very strong, allowing them to contain the incredible energies developed when firing a weapon. These metals are used for the barrel, fire control parts, as well as for the slide rails and other areas where high strength is needed. In practice, these parts are machined and ground or polished to a smooth finish, allowing them to slide against each other easily. However, the metal surfaces on firearms, even when finely polished very smooth, and they seem to slide against each other well, at a microscopic level still contain grooves, pits, and crevices. These will cause friction and wear on the firearm. When they're not moving, such as when they're being stored, the never-ending process of oxidation occurs, eventually causing corrosion and rust to form. All metals used in firearms manufacture are chemically unstable, even stainless steel, and will bond with oxygen to create corrosion or rust. Moisture, whether directly or as a vapor in the air, acts as a catalyst for this. The various finishes and treatments, such as bluing or parkerizing, do an excellent job in slowing this process down, however it still occurs. Additionally, when we shoot our firearms, the byproducts that are created from the burning propellants create soot and other particulates that coat almost everything in the gun. Luckily, modern powders and primers are not corrosive like the old stuff used to be. However, the fouling and grit that gets deposited on the gun causes additional friction and wear and still increases the formation of corrosion. So what can you do? Well, one option is to never use the firearm and seal it in an oxygen-proof, hermetically sealed chamber to prevent oxidation. Obviously, that's not really an option. So when you do shoot them, they should be lubricated to help prevent wear. When you're finished, you need to clean them to remove the carbon, grit, and fouling that accumulates, and then you need to recoat the parts with a thin, slick film of oil. The oil will migrate into all of those pits and crevices and create a barrier from the atmospheric oxygen and moisture to help prevent rust and corrosion, as well as lubricate the parts for the next time you use them. So we see there's three main steps. We need to clean them, lubricate them, and protect them. On the cleaning step, you'll invariably encounter the usual suspects available in most gun stores. Hoppe's, Remington Cleaners, Flitz, Barnes, Lucas. But you might also occasionally hear some who say just use gasoline, or kerosene, or boiling water, alcohol, or even brake cleaner. For the lubrication and protection, I've heard good old motor oil, transmission fluid, Vaseline, castor oil, Remington oil, Hoppe's oil, WD-40, or the good old-fashioned 3-in-1 oil. So I do need to say at this point, do not use gasoline. Not only is it extremely flammable, but there's a lot of additives in it that are harmful to you and may damage the finishes on your firearms. Likewise, I would stay away from kerosene. Sure, it's cheap, but again, the flammability issue remains. Don't use brake cleaners. They attack many finishes, and again, they're extremely flammable. Motor oils and transmission fluid I would also stay away from. A lot of technology has been put into these over the years, making them great for your car. But you should avoid contact with them, and they can harm today's modern finishes. And I know some will protest, but don't use WD-40 for a gun oil. WD-40 was specially formulated to displace water on finishes, which is where the WD comes from, water displacement. As it ages, it creates a varnish that actually gets sticky and gums up surfaces, which is the opposite of what you're wanting to do. Also avoid Vaseline. It has a very low melting point and becomes too thin to be of any true use. So now that we know some things to avoid, that leaves hundreds of other brands of cleaners and gun oils out there. Some of these products and brands produce one product for each step of the process. So you have a cleaning solvent, a lubricant, and a protectant. Then there's products that combine some of these steps into one product, simplifying the process, such as CLP, Clean, Lube, and Protect, or the old-time 3-in-1 oils. So now the $100 question, what should you use? This is a question sure to cause some argument amongst everyone that has an opinion. Everyone has their favorite cleaners and oils and will swear that using anything else is the same as burning your gun in a trash barrel. Here's the reality. It doesn't matter nearly as much as what you may think. Most all of the options will work fine and will accomplish what needs to be done. The main thing is to make sure that you're doing something and to make it a practice. Personally, I use Cleanse Oil and have done so for the better part of 3 decades. It's one of the combined 3-step products that I found to work exceedingly well. I also find it to be much more pleasant to work with from an odor and fume perspective than many of the others I've tried over the years. They make products that I trust, and because I trust their products, I reached out to them and they were kind enough to send me a variety of their products to try and show for you. It starts with their primary product, their field and range solution. This product is a one-step cleaner, lubricant, and protectant which has been around since its development in the late 40s. I use this for most all of my firearm care needs. It's always done a great job for me in breaking down and removing old oils, dirt, copper, and lead residue from my firearms, leaving behind a slick, thin film that lubricates and lasts a long time to help prevent corrosion. I use it as a lubricant for all the parts of the firearm: fire control, slides, pins, and everything else. It can be applied by spraying, dripping, or transferring via patches or dampened with it. In an effort to make gun care as convenient as possible, they produce pre-saturated patches to simplify application. These are a great convenient alternative to use in place of traditional patches. For those hard-to-reach areas, they also produce a needle tip applicator or bottle, which is again very convenient. In their never-ending quest to make firearm care convenient, one of their newer products is their Field and Range bore sticks. These are caliber-specific pre-saturated cotton swabs with a flexible bamboo handle that make cleaning out the bore of your pistol quick and easy. These are a great addition to your range bag to allow for a quick cleanup of your firearm after a range session without requiring a complete field strip. Not only have I found their products to work great on the metalworking parts of my firearms, it also does a good job cleaning and preserving the wood and leather as well. Again, they've created a convenient dispensing container of pre-saturated wipes to use for their larger areas, allowing for quick, convenient care of the exterior finishes of your firearms. Like many products that contain solvents, you should avoid using on painted finishes, and if you're unsure, test a small area to make sure it will not damage the finish on your firearm. This holds true for any product that you may choose to use. I hope that this information is of value, and if you like the video, I would ask that you hit the like button and subscribe if you want to continue to see more like this. I value your comments and feedback, and as always, until next week, stay safe.